Alright, so I am actually busy trying to fix all the alarms on the car, trying to get this baby back to where she should be. Okay, so basically I'm left with two problems now, which we're going to tackle the one today. The other one is the front right headlight. We'll make another video on that one. So I'm struggling with an oil level low light. I'm getting wrong readings and my sensor is defective and all of that. Let me show you guys quickly. I'm going to turn the ignition on. Okay, so it's gonna just beep like that because the door's open. So right over here underneath there's a reset button. We're gonna click it. It goes away and here is the alarm. Oil sensor defective. So that is basically what it says, and then also on top of it, it also says oil level low. So it will beep 3 times. So it will beep 1 for being defective and beep 3 times for the oil level that is low. But I basically did have my bonnet open now. Yeah, the car's actually standing a bit elevated. I'm on the ramps currently. Yeah, over there. So basically, yeah, so I've checked videos on YouTube. I'm trying to find out what the cause can be. I checked the cable going to the sensor. Everything is fine. I'll do it quickly with you guys so you guys can see. Anyway, you guys can see the door is open. Everyone is like, yeah, it's the bonnet latch. If the bonnet latch is not working, your car won't read oil, and that's true. But in my case, let me show you guys quickly. Here's the lever. I'm gonna pull it. Look at the bonnet. Let's get closer. There we go, bonnet's open. My bonnet latch is working, but it's still saying the sensor is defective, and also showing me that the oil level is low, but because the bonnet was open, obviously like resets trying to reread it. Anyway, if we go here to our entertainment system, this side going to car, let's just actually turn the volume down. We can go down to oil level over here. We're just gonna use this one to go up and down with it. We're gonna click OK. Even this is how cool is this? Got like a battery level one as well. I actually got this right with using VCDS. I got the lap timer and everything. So right over here, oil level. There's currently no information available on the engine oil level. So this is what it's saying, is because the bonnet was open, so it still needs to read and everything, but most of the cases it just shows there's nothing. Please stop and add 1 liter of oil or something of that sort. So anyway, today we're gonna fix it. So what I'm gonna do first is that we also have a terrible wind today. Sorry about the wind. We're gonna go to the front of the car. We're gonna go underneath. I'm quickly gonna test the cables and show you how I'm gonna test it, just to make sure we do have positive, we do have ground on the cable, and obviously the remote one we won't be able to do. That one is basically just readings from the sensor, sending it to the car. But in most cases, if there's a damaged cable, it's just for some reason always there's no power or there's no ground. In this case, there is. Alright, so let's quickly go to the front of the car. Okay, so what I'm going to do to test the cable is I basically just got a normal cable over here, and then I basically have this special tool. This tool is actually really awesome. So what happens is, okay, anyway, that's a lot of work. So what happens is you ground this against something, and as soon as you put it on positive, like a positive point where there's going to be power, there's actually like a voltage reader over here, as well as a light that lights up. So this thing is actually really cool. You guys will see now how nice it is and quickly it is to see if there is actually power or not. So we're going to take both of these down for now. Okay, so right over here on your sump, this is your oil level sensor. Basically, you're just going to unplug it, which I already did. You're just going to squeeze that part in over there and then just basically pull it out. So we're going to take this device of mine. Sorry, I hope you guys can hear me properly. We're going to take this device, we're going to ground it. So where can we ground it? Right over here. There's actually a good grounding point. Let me just see if I can get up there. You can just find any bolt where it can stick onto. You guys won't be able to see there. You can just literally find any bolt. Let me just put it over here. A nice bolt that just sticks out. And come on, there we go. I'll show you guys soon where I placed it. Let me show you guys quickly. Right over there, just follow it up, and there's a little bolt there by the engine mount, and then we placed it right over there. So there's the sensor, here's the cables. What I'm going to do is your car ignition has to be on because there must be power coming to this part. So you guys will see once it has power, it will lit up and it will show the voltage, which is 11.8, call it 12 volts. That is pretty cool. So we can see we do actually, as you guys can see, it's in there. Just moved it by accident. There we go. So there is power because we grounded to the car. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this plug off. So here it is. We're going to see if there's ground on the cable. So we're going to take this over here, place it so it can hold over there. we're gonna take the other point. Hope you guys can see. You can see I took one of these pieces out. I'm then going to place it into the middle part of the sensor. Come on, I know it goes in there. There we go, in it goes. We're gonna take then this plug and plug it in on the other side, and as you can see, we have, it's just jumping a bit around, but yeah, you guys can see there is power. It's 11.5. Hope you guys can see it. There's it's dropping a bit because I'm moving it. There's 11. There we go, 12. So you guys can see we have both the positive in and the negative into the plug. So, and there is still power and ground, which means that the wiring to this plug, everything is fine. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to leave it out, because now we got to go to the oil level sensor right over there. Okay, so let's quickly go through a few things we're gonna need for this video. We're gonna need a new oil level sensor. This is a Borschang, but if you pronounce it in German, it's a Borschang. So, what a fail. So basically, yeah, you always gotta say it with a bit of a deeper accent. Open it up, and where is it? Here it is. This is basically how it looks like. Just a small little part. Just 3 bolts to take it in and out, as you guys can see. Very quick change actually. Going over here, what we're going to do is we're going to drain the oil. So we've got like an 8mm over here. We also got an 8mm over here. Doesn't matter, it's just basically a normal Allen key. And we're going to need the 10mm to remove the bolts from the oil level sensor. So obviously I've got 2 different ones. If it's nice and loose, we can use a little one. If it's tight, we can use this one. But basically, I can just use this one. The sump plug is going to be the tightest, obviously. We're just going to use the one from the sump plug with this Allen key to get it out. And also, you guys are wondering, why the hell do I have a bucket here? So this is an ice cream bucket. Ice cream. So basically it's a 5-liter ice cream. What we're going to do is we're going to catch all the oil in a clean bucket. I just washed it out, and we're going to actually add it back into the engine. It's something that I do not recommend anyone to do. Obviously, make sure if you're going to do it, your bucket is clean. You don't want any dust or anything going into your oil. Mixing with your oil is going to end up damaging your bearings and stuff like that. The only reason why I'm doing it, and I have to be transparent with you guys, is that I did change the sensor that's in the car currently not long ago. Well, actually long ago, but it never worked. So I've got a gut feeling that maybe it's not going to work again. The other one I got was like a real cheap Chinese one. This is actually a proper one from Germany and all of that. Made even on it says made in Germany. So I just want to make sure that the sensor works. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to catch the oil, throw it back into the car, and see if the oil level sensor works. If it does work, my next weekend I'm going to go and change the oil, obviously with a new oil filter, new oil, and all of that kind of things. I just want to make sure that the sensor is working. If it is faulty, I can take it back and all of that stuff. So hopefully you understand why I'm doing it. I do not recommend you guys to do anything like this, especially if you know that your bucket is not clean and there's going to be dirt going into the engine and all that kind of stuff. So this one even has a lid. Everything is nice. There's some ice cream mixture in it. Ice cream gives you more kilowatts. So anyway, let's get to the install part. Okay, there we go, some chocolate ice cream over here. So basically, as you guys can see, this part is a little bit elevated compared to the sensor over here. So most of the oil is coming to this part. So what we can do is we can start loosening over here, and yeah, just basically get the bolts loose and everything so we can take the sensor out while this carries on to drain. Okay, so what I quickly did was right over here, I placed the drain plug back. So I'm just going to move the oil tub a bit to the left, because if you're going to take the sensor out, there might be some oil. Maybe not a lot, but there might be some oil that's just sitting on it that might come out, and there basically didn't come anything out. So here it is. There's some oil dripping from it. So here is the old one, as you guys can see, is just a cheap one. Doesn't even have a code on it or nothing from that sort. It's like literally a cheap Chinese one. So let's quickly get out the sensor. Okay, so because it is not dripping anymore, I'm going to use my lid to close the oil so that nothing else, and you guys will not believe it just dropped a drop on the bucket. So anyway, we got our new sensor over here. I did like just trying to blow it off, make sure there's nothing dirty on it, whatever the case is. We're going to go, shocked myself, and we're going to place the new one in. Come on, baby. Oh, okay, I see why it's not going in. There we go. The gasket, the O-ring of the other one was still on it. So just make sure. I think while we're at it, I should do have a, what do you call it, a nice cloth over here with me. We're just going to go ahead. Good thing I saw that. Well, I don't want to go in. I didn't use too much force. Let's just give it a good wipe. There we go. That is fine. That is super duper. Pooper. Cooper. Just want to make sure this O-ring there is in, sitting nicely. Just want to make sure all is good. Let this baby go in. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna take the bolts quick, just tighten it in, and there we go. Perfecto. It is in. It's nice and tight. I'm just gonna take glove again, just make sure everything is nice and clean, because you see what's gonna happen is, let's say you did not tighten it properly, or the O-ring actually went a bit skew or something of that sort. You want to make sure that you can see the like a leak or any kind of indication that there's a leak there. Yeah, just so that you can make sure, obviously, okay, it's leaking there, that's where it's leaking. It's not leaking by the plug, or it's not leaking somewhere else. It's leaking there, then you know, okay, I did clean it. That's probably where it came from. So we're going to take the plug it back in. Perfecto. Okay, so let's go and add the oil now, and then we're just gonna see if everything is fine, if it's reading all good. Okay, so we are done underneath the car. We put the plug back with the crusher. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna top up with the oil, and then also I do have some additional oil. Obviously, if you're gonna take the oil container and you're actually gonna top it out, like throw it into the engine, there might be maybe, let's say, 100 ml of oil or 50 ml of oil that actually stays behind on the drum, and whatever the case is. So basically, I'm just going to top it up with a little bit more oil, and we're going to see if that sensor is going to work. Okay, we are done in the engine bay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close the bonnet. So we're currently on the rams. So I just actually want to reverse it back out so that I can see what if it can show the level and all of that stuff. So moment of truth. It's actually honestly a very easy job. We're gonna put the ignition on. Come on, baby, please tell me you can read. Do not show me defective. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, it's quiet. It's quiet. Okay, I'm sorry guys, that was a moment of super excitement. We're gonna go ahead, start her up. Okay, give it a moment to idle. Dude, that is so cool. All right, so the light haven't came on yet. Okay, when stationary, apply foot. Okay, so we're gonna say boom, we're gonna reverse down. Oh my gosh, look at that. That oil light on top is gone. Okay, looks like we got it. Looks like we got it. Okay, I'm just gonna back off of the rams. We're gonna put it back into park, handbrake on, just like a quick glimpse of the water meth kit over there. Hell yeah. Okay, so let's quickly just make sure we go back in here, check the oil level. There's currently no information, which is 100% true. It even says cheat codes. Ooh, what cheat codes is that? Is that the song's name? Maybe yes, that's the song's name. Ah, oh, damn it. Thought it was some kind of cheat codes I unlocked by getting that sensor right. So there we go, guys. It is freaking working. Oh yeah, my baby. I'm so happy about that. That was like no beep. Absolutely no beep, guys. I'm feeling so great. This sensor has given me problems since that call start is done. This sensor was giving me problems since I bought a car in 2019. This is 2024. 5 years that this sensor gave me problems. So it is sorted now. It is sorted. So I bought the car on 93,000 kilometers. I didn't even put, well, basically put 10,000 kilometers on it. After 10,000 kilometers, I finally get back to it. Yeah, our car, guys, we care more about performance. I've got a dipstick in so I can always check it, you know. But anyway, guys, there we go. I do hope that this little video helped you out. Obviously, now you're going to go check and see if your oil level is fine. You're going to go and check and see if your your car's not leaking oil, because obviously you worked on the plug and the what do you call it, and the sensor. So hopefully all the problems will be resolved now.